What's up, everybody? I'm Sly The Movie Guy, and here's my review of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Wow, it took the fans and Zack Snyder to get this film out. And what I mean is, if you haven't heard the story about this, pretty much at the time, Zack Snyder had to leave to production around 2017 because his daughter committed suicide. He had to step away from the project, and that was heartbreaking and tragic at the same time. And later on, Joss Whedon took over the project, and there was a bunch of things going on. Like the film went under reshoots. The film was like down to like 2 hours, the exact. And I was at the time, I was like, why is that? Why it has to be under like 2 hours? You would think a group of superheroes, a team up film, would be like 2 hours and a half and stuff. I mean, we've seen superhero films that are like 2 hours and a half long. So this film being 2 hours short, I was like, I don't know about this. So it kind of like gave me a head scratch. Why would they do that? And knowing Joss Whedon as a director, he has a lot of humor in his film. So I was wondering, is this gonna have a lot of humor in it? And rightfully so, it had a lot of humor in it. And then the reshoots definitely didn't help this film because when the film got released and stuff and people went to see it in the movie theaters and critics and all that, reviews of it, some of it wasn't looking pretty. Some people were saying it was terrible. A lot of fans were mad about it, and I was one of them because this film was very, very disappointing. Oh, man. I remember at the time when I went to the movie theater to see that film, I left out very disappointed. The story, everything in that film, it left a sour taste in my mouth. I mean, literally, I was very disappointed. There were some things I liked about it, but overall, it just wasn't the comic book movie that made me like want to see it over and over again. If I'm being completely honest, I think as like after like seeing a movie theater, I only seen that film on DVD like 3 times, and it didn't work for me at all. Some stuff I enjoyed, but overall, it just didn't work. Then as years to come, fans was like saying, we need a Snyder cut? We need it so badly. Fans who are completely massive Zack Snyder fans, I want them. I've enjoyed Zack Snyder films like 300, Man of Steel, BVS, and all his Watchmen, all his films, some of them and all that. So I was really looking forward to like if Zack Snyder did have a cut of this, because more fans kept talking about it as years over time, like 2018 and 19. I was like, is there really a Zack Snyder cut out there? If there is, I was willing to see it. But at the time, I was like, I don't know. So I went on like, didn't go on about it, didn't go on Twitter, Instagram, and all that, Facebook, talking about give me the Snyder cut. I just saw videos on YouTube, people talking about the Snyder cut, literally like a whole lot. So I was like, is this really out? And then there's rumors like there is a Snyder cut. I was one of the people that was just like, I don't know. So I just left it as that. And then later on in recent years and stuff, Zack Snyder said he has a version of his Justice League, and this one, the one that came out in 2017, wasn't his at all. So I was like, my eyes went wide open. I was like, oh, really? So when Zack Snyder was talking about and stuff, what vision he had for this film and all that, I was just so anxious. I was like, yes, let me see it. Then trailers and stuff kept coming out. Zack Snyder had pictures and stuff. So, and I saw him and I was like, wow, I need to see his version right now. And he put out trailers and stuff, which I did some trailer thoughts on my channel. You can check it out. You can check those videos out on my channel. Click on that circle icon on top. So I was just very anxious of seeing this film. I was so hyped up. The trailers definitely had my excitement levels up here. Blew my socks away, man. Blew them off, man. I'm getting tongue-tied because I was so anxious of seeing this film. So I checked this film out on HBO Max and stuff. That's what it's on. And it's supposed to be in a series, but Zack Snyder said he's going to make this to a 4-hour film. So, hey, it worked for me. Either way, it would have worked. If it was a series, I would have been happy. But the 4-hour cut, woo, I was just like, give me a whole lot. Heck, give me a 6-hour cut. But hey, 4-hour cut, I was satisfied. So I checked this film out on HBO Max. And like I said, if you had HBO Max at home, you could check it out. And all I got to say is, oh my God, and wow, what a spectacular movie. Woo. This movie was so good. I mean, it is so better than, like, superiorly better than the 2017 version we got a couple years ago. Wow. I mean, if you were so disappointed in the Joss Whedon Justice League film, this will leave a smile on your face on so many levels. I enjoyed this film from start to finish. Wow, that 4 hours was just so intriguing to watch. Oh, I loved every second of this film, man. Wow, this man. I after it ended, I clapped my hand. I clapped. I was just. I was happy. I could have teared up. This was the version of Justice League I wanted. I wanted this. This was the one I was like, wow. It took us a couple years to get it. I was just like, what? I never thought we would get this. I mean, like, if you told me, like, in 2017, we're going to get, like, a Zack Snyder Justice League film, after I left out, moved there, disappointed. If you told me, like, out of moved there is when I was disappointed, I won't get a Zack Snyder Justice League film, I'm like, well, I don't think so. But, wow, I'm happy that it came out. I'm so happy. Zack Snyder really delivered on this one. Oh, man. That version can... I don't even think that the other one exists. That one don't really exist in my head. This one does, man. Before I get to my positives and negatives for the film, let me start off with the synopsis in case you haven't seen the Justice League film yet, which I'm pretty sure everybody has seen it. In case you haven't, I won't get to any spoilers. Basically, the film's about the determined to ensure Superman's ultimate sacrifice was not in vain. Bruce Wayne aligns forces with Diana Prince with plans to recruit a team of metahumans to protect the world from an approaching threat of catastrophic proportions. And that's the synopsis of the film. Let me start off with the positives that makes this film work. Starting off is the story. And this one, Zack Snyder did a fantastic job with. Wow, I am so pleased with the story. And I'm a sucker for a good story in a comic book movie. So, because I'm a comic book fan. So, when I read comic books that had good stories, it put a smile on my face. So, I'm expecting the same thing when I watch a comic book movie. I love to see a good story, and this film delivered on it on so many levels with the character development of our heroes and villains, especially with our heroes, starting off with Cyborg. Wow, this was a big improvement over the 2017 version of Justice League on so many levels. Cyborg, I really care for this character. I mean, as a football player, getting in a car accident and stuff like that, and how his backstory and all that stuff, it was so intriguing in this version of Zack Snyder's Justice League that I really care for this character. And that goes for Flash, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. They do so good fleshing these characters out in this film. They do a fantastic job giving them enough screen time in this film to at least care for each of our heroes and stuff, and Batman included. It felt so good. And just Cyborg alone, I just really cared for this character, man. I mean, his backstory was so intriguing. I won't get to any spoilers about it, but man, the way they went in depth about it, I was just like, wow. In this one particular scene where we get to his flashback and stuff, how he became Cyborg and stuff, Victor Stone, I was just like, oh, I didn't expect that. And you know what I'm talking about if you've seen the film. It just put a smile on my face as I was watching it. Then Flash, I really was just impressed how they did Flash and stuff, because I really like Ezra Miller as the Flash in the original Justice League. I think they just didn't give him like the right parts and stuff. But here they did a fantastic job with him here, and I was just so pleased with the Cyborg and the Flash in this movie. Wonder Woman's character is great. Aquaman, Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I like the guy anyway, so I think he was good in this film. And they did a spectacular job with him and Batman as they like talking to each other back and forth. Those were really good scenes. I thought that was the best part about the original version. And here it really was so much in depth here that I was so invested with our heroes in this movie than the original version. And I really loved it. It was just so investing that it made me root for the heroes from beginning, middle, and end. I was just like, yes, I'm going to root for them. And then when the battles came, I was just like in my seat, like, yes, go and win. I was just so happy of seeing that. So I thought the development really worked with our heroes, and especially the villains. The fleshed out story of our villains definitely works well. And big improvement of Stephen Wolf. Wow, this was one of my biggest negatives in the original version. Stephen Wolf was so much an improvement here. All the motivation, the design, everything, the story. What can I say? I felt like Steph Wolf was a threat here. I mean, if you've seen the spike, the horns and all that stuff, the spikes, all that. I mean, you get the motivation, what he's doing and stuff with the mother boxes and adding Darkseid in the film, which you have seen the trailers. They did a fantastic job with this on so many levels. Oh, I loved it. It worked so well. We get so much in depth with our villains, what they're trying to do and stuff, seeing Darkseid and stuff, all that. I was so intrigued with those scenes. I could have had like a story of the villains of their own, like a Darkseid and Steph Wolf movie. Just give me that. I've been satisfied with that. Have these two films apart, but hey, that's not going to happen. But man, the villains development was just so good here, which I felt that was the weakest element in the original film. They didn't give us nothing in depth, just Steph Wolf with the mother boxes, which made me not even give a crap when I was watching the 2017 version. Here, I actually kind of got it. I was just so intrigued with it. I was just like eating my popcorn at home and stuff. When I made popcorn home, just was so intrigued. And I was eating real fast because it was just, those scenes was just so investing. The heroes and villain story was just perfect. I just loved every second of it. And then when the battle stuff comes, you're just trying to figure out what's going to happen, what's this and that. Then the Superman, the death of Superman, and the return of it. All that works well. The storyline just works. Everything about it. 10 out of 10. I loved every second of it. Now we're getting on to the style and tone of this movie, which I was kind of worried about. The style and tone absolutely is great. I mean, fantastic. And this is just Zack Snyder. I mean, Zack Snyder makes, like, all his films that I've seen of his really looks good on screen. I mean, from Watchmen, 300, Man of Steel. It's like artwork. It just comes off the art work and just goes on screen. It just looks good. I loved every second of the style in this movie. The CGI did not bother me. Did not bother me at all. There was a couple of them I was just like, I don't know. But throughout the film, when it came to Steph Wolf and Darkseid, I was just like, wow, this looks good. And this is Zack Snyder. I mean, come on. Zack Snyder makes every film looks good. I mean, some stuff of Zack Snyder films can be like questionable when it comes to like visual or CGI stuff. For the most part, it looks fantastic. I loved every second of it. Wow. And the tone in this movie really, really works. Oh man, this was a big improvement versus the 2017 version. Because the 2017 version, I felt like some of the jokes was just done at the wrong time and stuff when it came to our superheroes. It just didn't fit well, and it was just too much going on. And I was like, this doesn't work. The jokes here fit in at the right scene at the right time, that it didn't feel like it was like too cheesy or corny or anything going on. The jokes were there, and some of it was very, very clever in the film. So as I was watching the film, I was like, okay, this works. And as when the serious moments comes, it was time to be serious and no jokes was in there and stuff. Even when the jokes did pop up in the serious moments, it didn't really mess up the moments of the battles or just the regular scenes where characters are talking. It just worked and stuff. Everything about the tone and style in this film just works on so many levels. So both of that gets like a 10 out of 10. And I got to just talk more about Zack Snyder's directing. My God, Zack Snyder just really, you can really tell Zack Snyder loves making the films that he wants. And I respect that as a director. I love directors who love to make the film that they want, like Quentin Tarantino, the so-ons. Those are the type of directors I like. They just like, hey, this is my film. This is what I want to do. This is my vision. Let me do it. And I just loved it, man. Zack Snyder you could really tell that this is his film. I mean, everything from each scene, you could just like say, wow, he did a fantastic job. And I appreciate that from Zack Snyder. So Zack Snyder, you, my man, get 2 thumbs up, man. A hand clap. Everything, man. Your directing style it's just something else. I mean, I just love it. I just really enjoyed this film, man. Oh, now the action in this movie. Wow. This was Zack Snyder knocked this one out of the park, man. Oh, the action in this movie is so good here. It just left you on the edge of your seat. You didn't know what was going to happen. goosebumps, chills down your spine. I loved every second of it, especially in the final act of the film. Oh man, it was just hands down fantastic, man. I just loved every second of it. I mean, it had so much grit there, man. And Zack Snyder, every time like when he does action in his movies, it always feels so visceral. I loved every second of it. Oh, like the warehouse Batman scene in BVS, fantastic. Oh, the battle of General Zod and Superman fighting and stuff, and Man of Steel, all that. It just looks good. And 300, everything, man. I just love every second of the action in this movie, man. It is just 2 thumbs up, 10 out of 10. I loved every second of it. Oh, I can see myself watching this over and over again. It was just so good. Woo! I loved it. And the surprising stuff in this movie, especially one of the Justice League members, if you've read the comic books on like the Justice League comic books, there's one character that I've been wanting, that was hoping that would show up in the Justice League film one day, like come out the comic book, like from the comic book pages to see on a big screen. And I was just so pleased. And the way they did it in the middle of the film, my reaction was like this. I was just so shocked that one Justice League member, I was just like, whoa, really? I was just, I went bananas, geeked out moment, man. Oh, it was a nerd reaction. I loved it. And his character showed up towards the end. It won't get any spoilers, but showed up in the end. Almost got into spoilers, but towards the end, it just left me happy. I was just like, I can't wait till they do another Justice League film. Man, I can't wait to see this character. I've been wanting to see this character for a long run, and I'm glad I saw him on screen. And I can see myself watching that over and over again, being so like remembering that my moment was. I was just shocked to see it. Like, oh, it was just crazy, man. It was good. It was good, man. I was just so happy about that. Now, differences with the 2017 version in this film. I know the questions would be like, what's so different with the scenes and stuff during this film? Well, some of the scenes was in the 2017 version was not in this film. And there was like some of the scenes that were just kind of like similar to the 2017 version, but was done in Zack Snyder's way. If you've seen like the 2017 version, you know what I'm talking about. There was a scene where like when they like facing like Steppenwolf and stuff, some scenes got changed up a little bit, which you'll see like some of it felt the same, but it's like done differently. And I felt like some of the improvement in this film was done a whole lot better and stuff like that. I won't get into any spoilers on how with the details of it. I'll let you check it out and stuff to see for your own experience. But it was just so done differently that it left me satisfied. Because 2017 version, I was having a head scratch like, why would they went this? Why would they went to that way? Why they did it? And you can understand if you've seen Joss Whedon's film, seen his films in the past. Joss Whedon add his little humor and stuff like that with characters and the humor action, how he does it and stuff. Kind of like, why would they do that? Zack Snyder version, it absolutely worked. So I was just satisfied with it and stuff. So the 2 scenes comparisons, some scenes, like I said, was kind of similar, but was done a little bit differently from the 2017 version, which was absolutely fantastic what Zack Snyder did here. Now getting on with the performances, I think everybody does a fantastic job. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Ezra Miller as Flash, Ray Fisher as Cyborg and stuff. Even though you heard about the Ray Fisher stuff in the past and recently and stuff, you heard the Ray Fisher stuff. But hey, the performance of him and his backstory Cyborg worked well. Ben Affleck as Batman, Henry Cavill as Superman, fantastic. He's the best Superman since Christopher Reeves. I feel like, in my opinion, I think he does great job here. And him wearing the black suit, fantastic. I think everybody does a fantastic job here. And I think that sums up my positives for the film. Now for the negatives for this film, which this film is not perfect by no means. I mean, even though I gave a bunch of positive stuff about the film, I did have some issues with the film. One of it involves with the story, and this is a 4-hour film. So I respect Zack Snyder for cramming a lot of things in this film, but there's some parts in this film that I felt like that was kind of a little bit of a slow burn at parts, and some scenes didn't have to be in there, especially in the first act, because the first act, it took like some time to get to the good parts in the around, I say like around 2 hours of the film and stuff, or like the hour of the film. In the first 30 minutes, there were some parts that I felt like didn't have to be in there and stuff like that, or the hour of the film. So it kind of like some things I was like, didn't have to be in there and stuff. And this film is a slow burn to get to, like the build up to get to where our heroes and the villain battle each other. So it does take time to get there. And when I say it's a bad thing, in some aspects it wasn't. Some parts I think you needed to have like that downtime for our characters and stuff and get that development. So I wouldn't say it was bad. Some parts I was like, didn't have to be there. And that was one of them. And then another negative I do have is it happens like towards like basically like the end of the film, which I won't get any spoilers. If you've seen my trailer thoughts of the Justice League thing, you can check that out and stuff. It revolves around this one character I do not like in the DCU at all, and it just that ending part and stuff. And this happened in BVS and stuff. It's this particular thing that Zack Snyder did with one of our superhero characters that I just kind of like was looking at it, and it lasted so long that I was like, did it have to be in the film? It was after that big showdown in this film and stuff. It happens towards the end of the film. I was just like, I don't know. It's one of the things and stuff. I was just like, I don't think it had to be in the film. But I didn't get what Zack Snyder was trying to do. But for me, I was just like, that didn't have to be in the film. But hey, maybe in multiple viewings, I might say, okay, maybe they might do something in the future and stuff. Maybe and stuff. For now, it didn't work. And that's pretty much it. Overall, I really, really enjoyed this movie. This is definitely one of my favorite comic book films, man. Man, I love the Justice League, the Zack Snyder version. Really loved it so much, man. Oh, it's so better than the 2017 version. I can say that over and over again. I love this film. This is spectacular. If you haven't seen the Zack Snyder Justice League, I say check it out on HBO Max if you have it. Check it out right away. I guarantee you'll love it. If you did not like the 2017 version, this will put a smile on your face on so many levels. This will win your heart on so many levels. I love this film, and as right now, I'm going to give this film an A-. Woo! Wow, I love this film, man. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this film. Did you like it or not? I'm pretty sure everybody loves this film. Man, but if you didn't like this film, hey, that's fine. Film is subjective. I can understand your opinion if you leave it down in the comment section down below. But that's all I got to say. Like I said, let me know in the comment section what you think about this film. Did you like it or not? Let me know. And that's pretty much it. And as always, if you like this video, click thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, click subscribe and the bell button for more future content. That's why I can see you next time on Sly the Movie Guy. Peace.